HBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good morning, everybody, on a Monday morning. I'm Redrick Tanny.
And I'm Alexandria Ikomoni. Thanks for watching Local 4 News this morning. Scary moments for Monmouth College student volunteers on their way back from Memphis yesterday morning after their bus ran into a ditch. It's this morning's top story.
The accident happened around 10 o'clock in the morning on Interstate 55 near Farmersville. That's just south of Springfield. Local 4 News spoke with a person on the bus who says no one was injured. Students say the driver was trying to avoid two semi-trucks and a guardrail, and he had no choice but to go into the median. We also reached out to a supervisor. He tells us heavy and blowing snow created poor visibility conditions for the bus driver. An Illinois State Trooper's car was also struck by a vehicle at the scene. Liam Meyer sent us these videos.
An East Moline man died after police say he shot himself at a gun range. Rock Island County Coroner Brian Gustafson identified the man as 31-year-old Evan Martin. He tells us it's being investigated as a tragic accident. It happened at the Shooting Sports gun shop in Moline just after 10:30 Saturday morning. An autopsy is scheduled for later today.
Galesburg schools are taking extra precautions this morning after a possible threat. That's a developing story this morning. Galesburg's high school principal sent out this message to students and teachers. He says he doesn't think that the threats are credible, but they will be taking extra steps to make sure students are safe. No word yet as to what exactly that threat was or what those extra steps are. We'll keep following the story and update you when we can. The seemingly unending winter weather over the last couple months means snow days have been racking up for students in our area.
That's right. Administrators approved plans to make sure they're giving students the number of instructional hours required by Illinois and Iowa. And some schools are starting their changes this morning. Local 4's Andrea Medina joined us in the studio. Andrea, how are they making up for lost time?
Redrick, Alexandria, good morning. Those harsh winter days left many Quad City area schools exceeding their snow days, and district leaders had to make the tough decision of revising their calendars, which means students will have longer school days and fewer days off. A spokesperson from the Davenport School District tells us students will start 10 minutes early and will be dismissed 10 minutes later each day. Starting this Wednesday, there will no longer be any more early releases on Wednesdays for the remainder of the school year. April 22nd will also be used as a snow makeup day. The last day of classes will be June 6th, and for Pleasant Valley schools, 3 weeks this month, 40 minutes will be added to the end of the elementary school day, and 30 minutes will be added to the length of junior high and high school days. On Fridays, schools will start and end at the regular times. Their last day of instruction is June 7th. Making those changes will allow Iowa schools to meet their mandatory 1,080 hours for the school year. On the Illinois side, all schools are required to make up 5 snow days. And coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll tell you how some of those schools will adjust their schedules. Guys.
Andrea, thank you. A suspect featured on our Crime Stopper segment last week has been caught. Detective John Leach of the Moline Police Department says 34-year-old Robert Vaughn was caught yesterday morning in Bettendorf on a Crime Stoppers tip. He was wanted for possession of methamphetamine. You can see suspects featured on our weekly Crime Stopper segments at ourquadcities.com.
A house fire in Burlington leaves behind thousands in damages, and it happened Friday evening right before 4 p.m. at a home on Patterson Street. Firefighters say they found the fire inside the kitchen and put it out quickly. They estimate $45,000 in damage. Investigators believe a burner that was accidentally turned on was to blame, and nobody was hurt.
Rock Island police made an arrest in a murder case that has gone unsolved for almost a year. Police picked up 18-year-old Craig Coleman over the weekend. He's facing several charges, including first-degree murder. It's in connection to the shooting death of 19-year-old Destiny Orr Clark. That happened off 36th Street near the Old Town Mall in Davenport. Coleman is being charged with first-degree murder and robbery.
2 people are now facing charges after a drug bust in Kewanee. Police picked up 26-year-old Jordan Hart and 65-year-old Betty Hart yesterday. Investigators searched their homes on West Prospect Street, and that's where they found cocaine, weed, and a little over $24,000 in cash. Jordan Hart was taken to the Henry County Jail, and Betty Hart was released.
A showing of support as hundreds in the area gathered to raise funds for one of their own.
Juan Vasquez was diagnosed with cancer for the 2nd time. He's made many friends in the community as a barber for 10 years. Now his childhood friend and owner of the New Styles Barbershop, Miguel Rosas, is lending a hand. Yukari Nakayama has the story.
I've known Juan since he was probably 10 years old.
And a pair of clippers brought New Style barbershop owner Miguel Rosas and Juan Vasquez even closer. Rosas considers him a brother. When he heard Vasquez was diagnosed with cancer for the second time, it hit him to the core.
It makes you think about, when you have a close friend like that, you don't realize in life, especially when you get to certain ages, like how important close friends and close family members are to you.
Vasquez has also been a backbone at the barbershop, not only for Rosas, but his colleagues too.
Juan is literally the first guy in here at 7 o'clock in the morning, and he's the last guy here at night.
Vasquez was diagnosed with testicular cancer back in February, unable to work as much, and today Rosas and Vasquez family held a benefit in his name to offset medical expenses, but it's much more than that.
It'll also show him how much love and support he has, so it's good to just keep his spirits up.
Hundreds of people from the community came out to show their support. The Vasquez family says it hasn't been easy, but the love they've received is something they'll never forget.
We thank all the community, all family, friends that he has. I really appreciate it.
For Rosas, it reminded him what the most important things in life are.
Sometimes we're just focused on making money and working hard, and you forget about just calling your friends, daily, sending text messages, even if it's just a funny meme or something.
In Moline, Yukari Nakayama, Local 4 News.
We have more on how you can help on our website, ourquadcities.com.
An unlikely find by the Bettendorf Police Department over the weekend. This picture was posted on Bettendorf PD's Facebook page. Officer Hayes noticed an odd-looking animal outside a local business. Turned out to be a sugar glider. That's what that is right there. And it is considered to be an exotic pet. The officer noticed it shivering in the cold. He safely captured it and turned it into animal control.
Never in my life seen an animal like this.
No, I really do. I'm trying my hardest to say something nice about this thing. Really, I am.
You don't have it.
I'm glad it was rescued.
Absolutely.
It's cold out there, and just bring it in, and he did the right thing. Take it to animal control and let them deal with it, whatever it is.
Yeah, I need a clearer picture to really see what a sugar glider is. But Ash, you were kind of explaining it earlier. It's like a little thing that goes in your pocket. I don't know. What is this?
Not in my pocket.
Not in mine.
No, they're not doing it any justice with that picture. They need something a little closer up. I think they did that just for you, Redrick. They were trying to freak
so
out
with the eyes and everything.
Yeah, it's definitely a little. I guess it's a rodent or a marsupial kind of
you
thing.
lost me at rodent. So.
Yep.
You can.
I'm good.
They'll literally just stay in your pocket. They've also got skin flaps so they can kind of glide through the air and.
I think I've seen this.
At you, yeah.
Not in real life. Online.
It's adorable. We'll get some and we'll introduce Redrick. All right, here this morning, bring all your pets indoors. It is very, very cold outside. Wind chill advisory in place. Feels like it's about 20 to 30 below zero. This is going to go through about 9 to 11 a.m., but everybody included in that. Very, very cold start for us. We're all below zero, but factoring in the wind chill, feels like 28 below in Galena and Maquoketa, 19 below in the metro area, 20 below in Galesburg and Kewanee. Clear skies allowed all that heat to escape overnight, plus the strong north winds we've had rolling in all day yesterday. That's pushed us all the way down here to the single digits, below zero, and a lot of us will climb back to only the mid-teens this afternoon. So 13, the high temperature for the metro area. Winds continue to gust close to 20 miles per hour, so it's going to feel very cold all day long. Tonight we're back down to right around 7.
Ooh, chilly. But as you mentioned a little bit ago, and we'll mention again, there's a little bit of hope on the horizon.
There is. As we go through the week, might get back up into some closer to average levels.
We need more.
Listening.
We need more, yes.
I would skip past the 2 mics and after that.
We'll see, at this point.
Yeah. All right.
Hard to make promises.
That's true.
They'll come for you if you're wrong, for sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm scared.
Thanks.
Coming up, an honest mistake that has gone viral.
How that mistake is now giving Louisiana students chances they've never expected.
Time now, 6:11. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with Redrick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.